I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Sure, they got one leg.
What's up,
Whoa,
y'all?
hold on.
Is that Linus Tech Tech?
You
Hold
do
on.
something. What you be doing?
I'm on here freestyling for people, man. Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
That's that dude. That's the TikToker.
Oh, damn. Yo, can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Give us one. Wait, turn up.
Hold on. We gotta give him words. We gotta give him words.
Give me the most creative, challenging words you can think of.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pedestrians. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Another big one.
Another big
Chronicle.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. All right.
Okay. Revolutionary.
Ambidextrous, chronicle, Afghanistan, and revolutionary. Those are the words? Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Other artists really need to get their flex up. When it come to freestyles, yo, I'm next up. I be shining kinda like my man's necklace. Use both sides of my brain, I'm ambidextrous. I'm the freshest type. They can feel the vibes from left to right. Y'all know that I'm the dopest on jams. Ambidextrous, cause I can use both of my hands. Then again, it don't matter if I'm right or left-handed, cause I never write it. I hope you understand it. I provide it right off the tip of the brain. And when I'm spitting for my people, all my shit is insane. I make it happen. I'ma kick a rap verse. Shout to my homie with the necklace and the black shirt. Filming on the phone, gotta get it on your camera. They got questions, Harry is the answer. Yeah, I'm about to make it known. When I rhyme, I be entering the crazy zone. Thank you for the words, y'all came up with the good stuff. Shout the homie chilling in the middle with his hood up. I go beyond your flow, going places other rappers wanna go. Do it by myself, no sponsor, bro. I'm delivering the rap chronicles. Your level, I'ma go beyond it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get you lifted like the Chronic. Can't nobody else rock this way. High like the Chronic, that's word of Dr. Dre. H-Mac, I'ma put it down. Every time I'm rhyming, they be loving my sound. Can't nobody really do it like me. Winning in my psyche. Shout my homie who be rocking Nike. On the zip up, I get props. Whenever I be spitting, they gon' see me on TikTok for hip hop. I'ma put it down for all of y'all. I be cold shivery. This here is the Chronicle delivery. Delivering the magazine and the periodical. I got the hottest flow, you know I brought it, bro. I ain't never slipping. Yeah, y'all just be assistant. I'm Michael Jordan, these rappers like Pippen. Think they on my level, homie, they be tripping. I grip the mic and then I'm about to slam the jam from LA to Afghanistan. I'm about to break it down till I find my peace. They bought my music in the Middle East, yeah. All my lyrics are gigantic, I'm about to make them panic. They can feel my shit across the whole planet, yeah. Lyrics is what I'm about to push. He was like, yo, he's rapping right now. He said, shush, please be quiet, he's really getting down. I'ma blow your mind with the rhymes that's profound. I be doing me, and y'all know they never doing Harry. When it come to lyrics, all my flows are revolutionary. What I mean to say is when I'm spitting off the brain, I be revolutionary, go against the grain. I'm about to make a change the whole earth. I'm about to blow your mind with the freestyle verse. The beat style, but I wasn't ready to end. H-Mac be the freestyle internet trend. Let's go.
Yo.
Right, but let's do that one. I just seen that you did it there. Right, so let's try that one. So what is it? It's Pantheon Gods Pants on Fire Running from Mount Olympus. Running down Mount Olympus. Running from Mount Olympus. Right, okay. Paste, but I'll have to put Mount. Right, no, Mount. The D. Let's try that one. See what that comes up with. Generating. Yeah, so if there's anybody watching, there's not many people here, is there? There's 6 people here. Yeah, I'll only be doing Harry Mack music from now on. Ooh, nice. You kind of like that. Saving it. Give us a second. That's cool. Not bad. Okay, so there you go. Liking it. Not bad at all. I'll do it. Right, let's give me 2 little black stripes like it's a film at the top. There's only 5 of us here. Okay, cool. But yeah, I can't be doing anything. I know Harry Mack. I've been doing Harry Mack for about a year and I haven't been copyrighted. But I've been copyright struck twice in 2 days. Twice in a 2 week in a week, sorry. 5 days, not even a week. There's not many people here. But yeah, because I was going to read out. No, I'll probably wait till there's more people here. Maybe read out Jaden's thing when there's more people watching. Because there's only like 5 people. Because yeah, I've got a thing for it to read out, but I'll probably do it on tomorrow's Sunday stream if there's more. If more comes in later, then I'll do it a bit later on in the stream before we finish. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do it before we finish because I've got a long thing to read out. It's not to anybody in specific. He just said if you want to read out to the guys, go for it. So it's just to read it out. So I'll wait and see if any more comes in. It only looks like it's you, Bazza, and Vicky at the minute. There's 5 people watching, but it seems like it's just you 2, really. There's nobody even in the other side. Who else is on today? Is anybody else live today? At this time? It's maybe just the time of year. People going out. I don't know. Lord knows. There's nobody I know except Raymond Ibrahim. Oh, well, one of them, innit? Okay, so I'll if people come in later, I'll read Jaden's. Saturday tomorrow, I know, but sometimes I do an afternoon stream. I won't be doing a night stream, I know that. But sometimes I'll do an afternoon stream. I might do start Psalms tomorrow. A Bible stream, I might start Psalms. I don't know, we'll see. It depends when I finish tonight. You know what I mean? Hey, John, good to see you, bro. John in the hoose. Yeah, what I'll do is, I'll see if there's a few in near the end, I'll read it out then. But in the meantime, Jimenez. We've got another one of his to do, haven't we? Let's do that first. Yeah, I deleted 2 months worth of streams except Bible and Sunday sermon. 2 months, just in case I've got any of them AI songs in there. And epic rap battles, because I just can't take the chance now. I can't even do the epic rap battles just in case. I know Harry Mack, I've been doing him for a year and I haven't been copyrighted on anything, except when he does a little tune and it's got copyright music in it, but that's a copyright, that's not a strike. This is copyright strike from the owner, allegedly. But I think there's something going on there. 2 strikes in 1 week, something weird there going on. You know what I mean? Listen, if it's any of the trolls, then fine. If they get me struck off, it's fine. It doesn't matter. If my channel goes down, it doesn't matter. I'll come back. You know what I mean? I could do it on another platform. Do it on another channel, whatever. Depends the circumstances. They're not going to shut me up. Idiots. Anyway, Jimenez. Let's do his thing. If anybody wants to come in, I'll put the link there. Let me just get this up. Get the link there. Links there. If anybody wants to come in. Oh, come on. That's the link. If anybody wants to come in and chill, up to them. Replace pinned message. I'll do that now because I can explain to people. There you go. It's pinned up there if anybody wants to come in. And let's do Jim. Then I'll get on with the topic. It's Princess Diana, the death of Princess Diana tonight. I thought we'd do something a little different. still some conspiracy involved around Princess Diana's death. So why not have a look at it? The guy that's doing it tonight there is whose channel is, it's called Scandal. His channel is called Scandal. But I think we've done one of his before. You just didn't get to see his face, but now you see his face. And he doesn't, obviously, I don't think he puts his where he is on the side of it. He just gives you the facts, but you can tell where he lies on things by how he says it sometimes. But yeah, here we go. Jimenez. Oh yeah, I think it was Sirius we didn't do. Yeah, this one. I'm even getting copyrighted for the classical music from Jim's. No, but it's not a copyright strike, but copyrighted for the classical music. It's mad. Hey, Kunal, good to see you. Good to see you. I did have a notice up. I can't play any more music apart from Harry Mack. I've had a second copyright strike, so I'm not taking any chances. I deleted 2 months worth of lives. If you look at all my lives, you'll for the last 2 months, all you'll see is biblical ones, the Bible ones, and what you call it, sermons. Because I couldn't take any chances. I got copyright struck for a stupid AI Eminem video, an AI video. I got copyrighted for. Didn't think you could get copyright for AI, so I got copyrighted. So I need to stop with so many music. But Harry Mack I've been doing for a year, so I'm just going to stick to that. But yeah, I'll show you guys. Actually, I'll show you before I continue with the rest of this. Let me quickly show you, so I could show that I'm not bullshitting on anything. I've had a second bloody strike. It's done my nothing. Second strike. So the next strike, I'm out. Hold on, why does it give me that? It's not my YouTube dashboard. It's not the one I want. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. YouTube. Wrong one. Yes, that's what I want. No, sorry, Dashboard, not content. Yeah, here, look. Active copyright strikes, 2 out of 3. Yeah. Come on. So they don't expire for another 90 days. My first, what you call it? Oh, blimmin' hell. Appeal got rejected. Yeah. I'm waiting a review on that one. Yeah, and it's stupid. It was Eminem singing Jesus is Coming Soon. It was a blimmin' AI video. So yeah, I'm just not going to take the chance. I'm all right with Mary Mac. I've been doing them for a year and I had no problem. So I'm just not going to take a chance. I don't mind doing loads of music on Rumble. That's all good, but I just can't do it here anymore. Harry Mack, I'm okay with, but or things like From Heron and stuff like that. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. 2 strikes in a week. 2 strikes in a week. There's something going on. It's something to do with the trolls. Guaranteed. But yeah, the next strike, I'm out. I do it. My channel's down again. Last time my channel just get taken down. I got it back, you know, because there was no strikes, nothing on it. It was just trolls, obviously. But yeah. If you get a 3rd strike, your channel, along with any associated channels, will be subject to removal. So I could get it removed if I get a 3rd strike. So it is. It's literally that one's got 83 days before it expires. This one 90 days. So that's a week. A week. It's beyond a joke. Never had this problem before. It's just, I'm sure it's trolls. Anyway, back to Jim. Oh, wait. Don't worry about it, yeah. Nah, but I can't. It doesn't matter. I wish it was. If I knew it was only AI music, then I could take the chance. But I don't know it's only AI music. It shouldn't be AI music at all because AI music shouldn't be copyrighted. It's not theirs. They're actually ripping off Eminem's face, and it's obviously a Christian or something because they're talking about Jesus coming soon. You know. And I'm like thinking, I'm a bloody Christian channel, and a Christian. If it's at the actual owners that's done it, then. You know, it's a Christian creator that's copyrighting me, which is beyond a joke. But if it's not, if it's something to do with the trolls somehow, I don't know. Flat said they could have took a bit out of my video that had it, put it up on theirs, copyrighted it, then claimed it as their own. I don't know. But you know, pain in the ass. But I'm just got to stick with Harry Mack just in case. And I love them epic rap battles as well. I loved some of them, not them all, but loved a lot of them, man. Easy straight thing. I wish it was that kind of straight. Yep. Well, what I did is delete 2 months. All these videos are still on Rumble. And I don't mind playing the music on Rumble. But all the ones I deleted, they're still in Rumble anyway. But I deleted 2 months worth of lives. 2 months. So I took it back to the 19th of October. September. 19th of October. Hold on, November. Yes, 19th of October. 19th of October. I took it back 2 months. I left the biblical ones and the Sunday sermons. That's it. If you follow us over to Rumble, when we go to Rumble, I'll easily play it there. Not a problem. But yeah, that would have been cool because I mentioned Master Chef. That was my bad as well. It was Master Chief, and I thought it was Master Chef. Really hope that's not copyrighted music, Jim. I doubt he would have heard about it. tonight's movie on Rumble side is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's the third. It's a sequel to Now You See Me, Now You See Me 2, obviously, which is the sequel to Now You See Me, Now You See Me. That's it. It should be a good film, but it's just come out in HD on the movie site. So yeah, hopefully that's good. And we'll have 2 episodes of Black Mirror before that. But there's the link to my Rumble for tonight, just in case you want to go. But I'll put it in at the end anyway. Nice done, Jeff. Sorry, that was just a couple of seconds from the end there. Let's get his links. Yeah, so my videos have gone from, I deleted about, I would say it was about 45, maybe 40, maybe 50 videos. Well, yeah, near enough, 2 months worth. Apart, yeah, maybe in the 40s, maybe in the 40s, mid 40s. Yeah, see your channel. Jim's link for Andy watching the replay. Right, before I get on with the topic, I might as well, since there's 9 of us here, well, 8, and some people will probably watch later. I'll read out what Jaden said. I could read out to the guys. It's just letting us know how he is in jail. I'm in contact with him. I've got to reply to him back to this one. He did it about 4 days ago, something like that. It was on the 13th, it was dated, but I didn't get it till like yesterday. So I'll read it out a snapshot of it. I can't, for some reason, the computer won't let me download the app on it of it. So it snaps, it's on my phone. So I'll have to share it through WhatsApp. So I'll have to share a window WhatsApp. Right, let's get them up. Over this side, WhatsApp, what are you doing over that side? Pull the screen. Right, so here we go. Let's get it up. Actually, I need to get this up first before. Further up, that one. There we go. So starting from that one. Why is the screen all blooming white like that? Surely I can get a darker screen. It used to be green. Why is it pure white now? Hold on. Close. Oh, now I'll have to read it blur and white. I'm sure it had a darker screen before, but it just updated itself. Anyway, from Jaden, I've got it's quite long, so bear with me. I'll blow it up a little bit. Right. So, oh shit. God, never mind. So it starts off. Hey, bro, thanks for the long message. I appreciate it a lot. He's obviously talking about the message. Can I highlight? No, I can't. Right, hey, bro, thanks for the long message. I appreciate it a lot. I try to keep this message as short as I can, but I do have a few things to say. If you want, maybe read it on stream. So he's on about reading it to you guys. Firstly, I actually just read some of your message in prayer circle to a few people. What you said was 100% right. So this is a message I'd already said to him. We are all unequally yoked in here. However, he's in prison, by the way, for people who don't know. I do have 3-4 people specifically that edify me, and vice versa. It's a true blessing. So that's good. At least he's got people in there that do build them up. Right. We hold each other accountable and help grow one another's faith every day. For example, we keep each other from cursing. If I slip up, they will mention it to keep me in check. Or if we go on talking about our past sin, we try to remind each other that that's not who we are now. Lust is a big one. Of course it is in prison. Absolutely. If someone is talking about past experience or something in regards to immortality, we try to refrain from it. In regards to, he's put immortality, but he means immorality. He's put immortality, he means immorality. Fruits of the Spirit seem pretty evident in our little group of believers. That's really good. That's really good. But I've told him to keep his wits about him just in case people are playing at it, So yeah, really, there's like 5-6 of us, but some are brand new Christians or still worldly. I'll be honest. I can be worldly in some ways also. It's so easy to be in prison. You're full of people that just come off the streets. Of course you can. Of course it's hard. It's hard. For example, I work in the kitchen and I get distracted easily and get caught up around workers who don't believe. When I'm in the dorm, I keep my circle small, so I don't say that to judge them hypocritically. It's just that we lead them more than they lead us. Okay, cool. In some ways, these 3 that I mentioned, who are more mature in Christ, I actually look up to them and vice versa. Whereas the rest of those in our group, we are an example for them. God is a good man. God is a good man. He absolutely is. I don't think he's a man though. Obviously he's portrayed as a male, but I don't think God is a man as such. hey, Kudo Chris 23. All right, so that's you. Okay, that's you. Kunal, good to see you, man, over on Rumble. Okay, no probs, but we can't play them till we go over there fully, obviously. Before the film. Right. Anyway, let's continue. God is a good man. I think what he's saying is God is good, man. He's not saying God is a good man. Right. Okay. It's me who read it wrongly. To have even one brother in Christ is a huge help in here. But having multiple in God is a godsend. I don't want to go on and on, but just as an example, we talk about how our day was in prayer circle every night. Circle every night, and you do that every night. So I'm trying not to let his full name out every night. And if someone struggles, we talk about it consistently. If someone goes, if it goes something like this. Sorry, my reading's crap at the minute. Well, I had this problem with someone, whether it be owing money or whatever, and they or even me, we say how we wanted to react in the flesh towards that situation. Yeah, I've done all these practices before when I was in rehab, but instead we held back and did as Christ would have us do. Fantastic. Instead, or sometimes we slip up and we act on the flesh instead of how Christ would want us to handle it. Of course, it's so easy to do that, especially in prison when you're covered. It's all over. Everybody's surrounded in people that's in the flesh. Right. Okay. Christ would want to handle it. Just even having these reflections and discussions in the place in the first place is really a proof to me God is really with us and leading us to his will. That's great, man. I have a deep sense of peace from his word, especially when I walk in accordance to it and stay prayed up. Absolutely. Just as an example, I was really stressing the other day. I felt like I really was sinning too much. I kind of felt condemned in a way, but really looking back, I think maybe it was the devil. It's put DV, but it means devil, trying to get to me. Absolutely, especially in jail. Also, just the natural conviction the Holy Spirit gives us. I felt led to his word, and I had to take some time, like 2 hours, reading his word, and by the end of it, my stress was gone. That's great. Yeah. Oh, my eyes going funny with the light. I pray for you every night. I hope your son is doing well and you are able to rebuild that relationship with him. Hearing about you moving sounds like a lot of stress, but thank God it sounds like you will have somewhere to go. Somewhere to go. Yeah, you told him that his building's getting knocked down. I'm glad to hear that part. I read that your house was getting torn down and was worried for you, like you had nowhere to go. It's still a lot to handle anyway. Do you know where you're moving? All right, okay. There's no need to worry. There's no way I'm going to go homeless from it. I'll have to let him know that anyway. My eyes. Right. Wow. Stop. Crisscrossing. Moving. Where are you moving? Is it close to where you are now? Also, please let me know how your hospital visit goes. I'll be praying it goes well for you. Or perhaps you already went. No, I had to cancel the appointment actually, and get them to put it in this town. In the city, praying for you, or perhaps you already went. Either way, God has your back, bro. I still can't thank you enough. I feel like God used you in a lot of ways to help me in my faith and it grow. If it weren't for you, I maybe would have never streamed for lack of better words. Maybe it would have never live streamed for lack of better word. I say it was, hold on a minute. Say it was a distraction. Doing all those streams together kept me from the world. It also led me to God's word. We would pick a biblical topic, then I would have to study it before we went live. It gave me reason to go to God's word. Fair play, fair play. God is using us for. God is using you for his good, bro, just as he is for me. I am very confident in that, and I know prayer works. So you keep doing his work and keep your head up. He's dead. He's trying to console. He's trying to. That's great, man. He's in prison. He's telling me to keep my head up. That is brilliant. Bless you, man. Bless him. I know you struggle just like any human, but I want you to know how much good you have brought to my life through Christ. I am confident it can't be only me. Thanks for being a good friend to me and a brother in Christ. It means a lot, bro, truly. I'll be honest, I had zero quote unquote godly friends. Fair play. Well, he definitely has now. Maybe one, but basically zero. It's hard having a strong faith and not having those who share faith. That's true. It really is. I had Christian friends, but the works and the edification wasn't really evident. They were just as bad as unbelievers, basically. And in some ways, I'm not better, but I have this desire to change. Now, he's certainly a good guy, man. He knows he's he sees he's there. He sees what he lacked at, and he's changing it. Fair play to him. Anyway, I'll leave that for now. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. This has to be one of the longest letters I've sent you. No, so my apologies. I hope Vicky is well. I pray for her too. How was Luca? I pray for him a lot, actually, that he will come to Christ one day. Is he still hardcore atheist? I'm confident prayer works, so I figured I'd ask. Maybe you or Keith or someone got the seed planted. Anyway, cheers, bro. Hope all is well. Keep me updated on how the move's going and everything else. Keep me in your prayers, and I'll do the same. Cheers. Cheers, bro. Much love. I think he must have got the idea that I was getting the block was getting. I had to move, and the block was getting knocked down straight away. It's all sorted that like I'll be getting a place before it gets knocked down. So I think he worries about that. I couldn't have explained it properly to him, but I will in the next message. I'll message him tomorrow after I get up. But he knows that because I've sent him a little text already saying I've got this, I've received this. I'm going to show it to the guys. If they've got any messages for you, then I'll send it back when I do a further message, a bigger message to him. So yeah, I just sent him a little message saying I got this. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's from Jaden, guys. Fair play. That's yeah. He just told me to read it, even though there was nothing specific to use, but yeah, he was just saying he plays for the guys and all that. So yeah, fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. Right, so you put them over on Rumble. Right, we'll do them as soon as we get over to Rumble. We'll do them straight away because Rumble's got them as well. So like I've deleted 2 months worth of lives here, but the lives that's got them, Kunal, are still over on Rumble anyway. You know what I mean? Because I stream to Rumble at the same time as I stream here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we'll play them as soon as we leave YouTube. Right, let's get to it. Wow, that took ages to read that. Sorry I stumbled over them words. It's just that it was a bright white screen. And yeah, I'm not very fluent when I'm reading out loud. I'm more fluent when I just read in my head, you know. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, so Princess Diana. Yeah, let's see what's happening there. 9 people watching. And in the vertical. No, people have learned to stay out of the vertical. Cool. But still a lot of people watch the vertical. It's weird. There's 3 over in Rumble. Groovy. Who that? Oh, it's Ryan.
I'm back.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just busy today.
Groovy. Yeah, we've got two episodes of Black Mirror today.
Nice.
So,
I didn't miss it then.
Okay, cool. Right, let's get the topic up. Princess Diana's death. Let's do it. The death of Princess Diana. This is from a channel called Scandal. I think he's good. He's brilliant at, you know, you'd think him like he presented on TV or something. He's really good.
31st of August 1997.
Sorry, wow, it started like that. Okay, let's sort us out. Let's go. Yeah, let's go top. Let's do it.
People in the United Kingdom were waking up to some tragic news. Diana, the former wife of the then Prince Charles, had died after being in a car accident in a tunnel in Paris. The news hit a previously untapped vein of public grief, with mourners from all walks of life congregating to lay flowers or just be in the presence of others who were also feeling the loss of the woman known as the People's Princess. Over 1 million people lined the streets.
Well said, brother. R.I.P. Diana. Yeah, I think she was a nice lady. She obviously was caught up in something. I don't think it was an accident. I do think she was croaked. You know, I think it was intentional. But yeah, she was a nice lady and she just got caught up in the wrong family, that's for sure. I don't think she was anything. No, I mean, she's not part of how corrupt the monarchy is. You know, she married into that. But I think she was a victim of them.
For her funeral, while a global audience of over 2.5 billion watched it on TV. As the details of the accident came under scrutiny, though, questions arose as to what exactly had happened and who was to blame, with some...
I remember exactly where it was, guys. I just not long got sentenced. I'd been in prison for just over 6 months. I got sentenced when I was in for the manslaughter, but then I got the manslaughter dropped, plea bargain to plead guilty to supply class A, and I got my 3 years plus another 3-month concurrent for something that happened in Scotland. So yeah, I was getting moved to prison because I'd gone from remand prisoner to a sentenced prisoner. I'd been sentenced. So I turned 21. So I'd gone from a young offenders to a cons jail, to a man's jail. So I'd been to a remand man's jail. Well, a jail where there's remand and there's sentenced. So I was there for a month, and then that's a Cat B, and then they put me into a Cat C jail, which was Stafford in England, yeah, because I'd been sentenced down here in the 90s. So I went to Stafford jail prison, and it was on the 27th of August. I was in there. I'd not long started my sentence. I'd been in prison for over 6 months, but I just started the sentence. I just got the sentence. I'd already been remanded for 6 months before that. So I would say it was about 8 months in. I got remanded on January, and this was, so 7, nearly 8 months. I was remanded in January, sentenced in June, and this was in August. So I'd been in 8 months. Yeah, so I remember exactly where I was when I had the news. And I didn't see it. I didn't see any telly about it. I heard it on radio. My cellmate's radio was on, and heard it in that. But later on, I do remember when I got moved upstairs, seeing the flags at half-mast, because the Queen wasn't going to put the flags at half-mast to begin with, because she went with a Muslim guy, Dodi Al-Fayed or whatever. So the Queen didn't want to put the flags at half-mast for her, but I think the people wanted it, so she did. And I do remember seeing the Union flag at half-mast, you know. So I was in prison when she died. That's what I'm trying to say.
Been pointing the finger at the royal family
Gang, gang.
themselves.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
The circumstances around the crash and the rumours that came after were all due to what was happening in Diana's life at the time. In 1981, Lady Diana Spencer had married Charles, then the Prince of Wales, becoming the Princess of Wales.
But again, I remember that. I was 5-year-old. I just started primary school. Or I was starting primary school that same year, 1981, because I was born 76. We start school when we're 5. So yeah, I remember that. I always used to think in my head it was 1983, but then I thought to myself, no, it couldn't have been 1983 because I moved to a little village then. So yeah, it was 1981, and I always remember it on the cups, on plates, on the wall, ornamental plates, big trays, you know, all these decorative, ornamental, commemorative type things as well, you know.
The couple had 2
It was a big, big wedding.
sons, William and Henry, known as Harry. Because of her good looks and style, sociable personality, her charity work.
William and Henry, known as Harry. What is he talking about? Henry? What do you mean? His name? What? Did he say Henry? He did not. Hold on a minute. Was Prince Harry's name originally Henry? Yes, Prince Harry's official name is Henry. What? I did not know that. I did not know that. Prince Harry is officially Henry. I did not know. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Did you know that, babe, if you're watching?
I knew that, but I didn't know you didn't.
No, did you know that? I did not know that, bro. I did not know that. No, I didn't. But I'm not a royalist. Vicky was at one point.
And the bond she shared with her children, Diana became a global icon and was frequently called the most photographed woman in the world. Charles and Diana eventually separated in 1992, with their divorce being finalised in 1996. But due to her high profile, popularity, and the fact that she was the mother to the heir to the throne, she was still known as Diana, Princess of Wales, or simply Princess Diana. In the summer of 1997, Diana and her sons took a trip to Saint-Tropez on the French Riviera, where they also spent time on a yacht with billionaire Harrods owner Mohammed Al-Fayed and his family, which included his son, Dodi.
Dodi Al-Fayed was the dad. Mohammed is the one she went out with. Right, Dodi was the dad. My bad. And he's Mohammed, and he was the one that was killed along with that.
Princess Diana was now post-divorce and starting her new life outside the confines of the palace. She looked to be relaxed and was having fun, spending time with her boys in the sunshine, as documented by the large number of images captured by celebrity photographers, also known as the paparazzi, who were hanging around in boats near the private yacht. Diana even approached them at one point to say that they were freaking her children out, but this did little to tone down their attention. Many photographers claimed that Diana wasn't opposed to the publicity the photos gave her, and they were always extremely popular with the press and public, so they thought following her around was basically fair game. Diana herself even acknowledged her bond with the public via the use of images, saying in one of her last interviews, "Being permanently in in the public eye gives me a special responsibility, notably that of using the impact of photographs to get a message across, a message about an important cause or certain values. If I had to define my role, I would say that I was a messenger. Diana then started a relationship with Dodi Fayed, which sent the photographers into overdrive with helicopters
Oh yeah,
flying
I remember them times, them photos coming out in the papers. Wow, that was a big scandal, that, wasn't it? They were all over the place for months,
Fayed's yacht and villa they had in Saint-Tropez to try and get pictures of the new couple, despite this actually being against French privacy laws. One of Fayed's French lawyers, Bernard Dartevel, sent formal warnings to magazines and filed a complaint with the police about what Dodi Fayed thought was the press's increasingly aggressive behaviour. Then, on the 30th of August 1997, Dodi and Diana were on a yacht off the coast of Sardinia and had been bothered by photographers coming up to them in a speedboat. They flew to Paris.
See, what I always used to get, like, the papers, because I was in prison at the time. I used to get the papers, like, probably the week after. I'd get the paper from a week before, you know what I mean? Probably off someone, because I didn't buy newspapers. You could get a paper every day in there, newspaper. I just got one after someone had read it, you know. And same as an FHM magazine, something like that, or a Maxim. I got them afterwards. I didn't bother buying them. Didn't have much money in prison. I worked for my money in prison. I got £7.50 a week when I was in jail.
Later that afternoon, where more photographers met their private jet, and the couple were followed into the city by paparazzi on motorbikes. The driver that took them to Dodi's Paris apartment from the airport was Henri Paul, the assistant chief of security at the Ritz, a Parisian hotel owned by Mohammed Al Fayed.
So is that your a proper Rumble account over there, Kunal? Because if it is, I'll mod it. Because it takes about 10 minutes to get your shield. You haven't got one, so I'll mod it if that's your is that the account you use all the time over there?
More paparazzi waited outside the apartment for the couple to emerge. The Fayed's lawyer, Bernard Dartevel, said in a piece for the New York Times by Roger Cohen that it's remarkable that in Paris they were photographed all day. From pictures confiscated by the police, you can see that they were followed constantly.
Oh yeah, I remember them pictures. Do you know what I mean? I remember the scandal about on the radio talking about the pictures before I actually seen them. You know, I remember this time. Yeah, it is. I haven't bothered with a profile pic yet. All right, no problem. I'll mod it, bro. I'll mod it.
The security guards had to intervene. That Diana was trying to avoid the camera, and the Dodi was annoyed. The pair tried to do some shopping on the Champs-Élysées, but were constantly followed by photographers. They eventually made it to the Ritz Hotel, where they stayed for about an hour until 7:30 p.m. Driver and chaperone Henri Paul had been told his shift was over for the day at about 7 p.m, so he had already left. Dodi and Diana had scheduled to go somewhere else for dinner. However, such was the amount of press around them that they scrapped the idea, going back to Dodi's apartment before ending up back at the Ritz. Henri Paul was called back to drive the couple away, as there was still a large number of photographers at the front of the hotel, and as a long-term Ritz employee with a background in the French army, he was seen as a safe pair of hands.
That's it done, Kunal. You'll get your shield in probably about 10 minutes. Shield's the same as a spanner. You probably know that already.
Then, at 12:20 a.m. on Sunday the 31st of August 1997, Henri Paul and Dodi security guard Trevor Rees-Jones got into the front of a black Mercedes S280 sedan, and Dodi Fayed and Princess Diana got into the back. A few minutes later, two people would be dead, and Diana would be fighting for her life.
That's right. So so was it the driver that died? The driver, Dodi, and then she was fighting for her life for a while.
Even though the party left from the back of the Ritz Hotel, photographers and cars...
I'll leave this to play, guys. I'm just going to grab another tea. So I've got no coffee, and when I drink tea, to me, it seems to go cooler quicker for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if that's true, but it seems to go cooler quicker, so I'm going to grab another one.
And on motorbikes soon spotted them. In a bid to lose the paparazzi, Paul is alleged to have jumped in a red light and sped into the Pont de l'Alma tunnel at more than twice the posted speed limit. While inside the tunnel, Paul lost control of the car, hitting a white Fiat Uno, and the Mercedes then swerved across two lanes, crashing headfirst into the corner of a concrete pillar before spinning and hitting the tunnel wall backwards. The impact with the pillar was so severe that the engine was pushed into the front seat. When help arrived a few minutes later, Henri Paul and Dodi Fayed were declared dead at the scene. Trevor Rees-Jones was conscious but badly injured, and Princess Diana was awake but fading fast. First responders managed to remove her from the crumpled remains of the car, and she was taken by ambulance to a hospital, arriving at around 2 a.m. Due to the internal injuries that she'd sustained, Diana went into cardiac arrest, and after unsuccessful attempts to resuscitate her, she was declared dead at 4 a.m. She was 36 years old. Because the paparazzi had been following the car as it left the Ritz, there were plenty of photographers on hand when the Mercedes crashed. Several photographers actually took pictures of Diana as she lay in the car, which were largely suppressed from public view, and the few that were published met with extremely negative feedback for their distastefulness. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, several things were discovered that shed light on how this had happened. Nobody in the car had been wearing a seatbelt. It was originally claimed that Trevor Rees-Jones had been wearing one, however this was later disproved, and in paparazzi shots taken of the car during its last fateful journey, you can see that he isn't wearing one, at least at the start of the ride. Rees-Jones was in a coma for 10 days and, along with other injuries, broke every bone in his face. He has no memory of the crash at all. It was also reported that driver Henri Paul had been way over the limit for alcohol, meaning that he hadn't been in a fit state to drive in the first place. The fact that they'd been followed by the press all day led to many people saying things like Diana had been hounded to death by the paparazzi, as if they hadn't been following her, the crash would never have happened. There were also witnesses who said a photographer on a motorbike had been in front of the Mercedes taking pictures, and the bright flash had impaired Paul's vision, which is what caused the crash. If there was a motorbike in the tunnel, the rider has never come forward, probably for understandable, if cowardly, reasons. This isn't the only conspiracy theory tied to the crash, though, of course, and Dodi's father...
Yeah, I don't, that probably wasn't even, that's what I'm saying. But he doesn't take sides on, he just presents it. Sometimes you can tell by his face what he believes, you know, but he just presents what happened and, you know, what was said about it and all that. He doesn't make any claims on it, but it's good. Yeah, I don't think... If there wasn't motorcyclists there, if he had anything to do with it, then it was part of the plan, you know. If there was, but it's funny that no motorcyclist has ever heard of it, come spoke about it or anything like that. So yeah, definitely something funky about it. Hey, how you doing, mate? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Definitely something funky about the Diana thing.
Al Fayed made a lot of noise in the media, stating that far from this being a tragic accident, Diana and his son had actually been murdered by the royal family.
Well, not directly, but I dare say so. It wouldn't be the first person, I don't think.
Mohammed Al Fayed was...
Come on, royal families used to behead people. You know, off with his head. It's off. So it's not far-fetched to think they could do this.
Extremely vocal about his beliefs following the deaths of Dodi and Diana. He repeatedly stated that the Queen's husband...
This guy's got a one on, the Prince Andrew scandal as well. Well, he's not Prince Andrew anymore. He's he can't even be called Prince. Can't remember his title now. Vicky did tell me, but he can't even be called Prince anymore because of the scandal with a 17-year-old girl and all that, and Epstein's, there was a photograph taken at one of the Epstein places, wasn't there? Parties. So yeah, I might do the Prince Andrew one at some point.
Prince Philip had ordered security services such as MI6 to basically put
old Andy boy, because he's not a prince.
a hit out on Diana and his son. If you're wondering why, it's because, according to Al Fayed, Diana was pregnant with Dodi's child and they were about to...
Thinking about it, it's quite mad. Yeah, that I don't know if she was pregnant. I mean, that is part of the conspiracies. It's a possibility, but I don't know how true that was. But, oh crap, I was going to say something before that. Damn, it went out of my head. But the Royals look so nice. Of course they do. There was something about them. Wow. If it comes back to me.
Become engaged. This would introduce the scandal of Muslim blood into the royal family, so the monarchy would stop at nothing to prevent this from happening. If this sounds a bit far-fetched, it's because, well, it is. While we don't exactly know how Dottie and Diana felt about each other. They'd only been in a relationship for a few weeks. Dottie did buy a ring to give to Diana at the Ritz, but we'll never know what it actually meant. There's anecdotal evidence from friends that Diana was not interested in anything too serious, telling her friend Lady Annabel Goldsmith 2 days before she died that, quote, "I need marriage like a rash on my face." Diana had been in a relationship with Pakistan-born heart surgeon Hasnat Khan, which ended shortly before she started seeing Dodi Fayed. This relationship had been kept under wraps, with Diana wearing disguises to visit Khan, and Khan being smuggled in the boot of a car to meetings with...
She liked the Asian dudes. Hey, Kunal, she liked the Asian dudes by the looks of it. After Prince Charles, she went with a couple of Asian dudes, apart from the ginger guy she went with, obviously, that possibly was before... and possibly is Harry's dad. You know, he looks more like Harry, looks more like him. Can't remember his name. Played polo and that, but he looks more like him, the ginger dude, than Charles. But yeah, seemed that she liked the Asian dudes. You know, looks like it because I didn't know she was with that other Asian dude before. Mohammed Al-Fayed. I only thought she was with that one.
Diana. While she was smitten with him, her level of fame ultimately drove them apart, as Khan couldn't deal with the intense public attention. He has kept quiet in the years since they broke up, but some of Diana's friends speculate that she only began a relationship with Dodi to make him jealous. The very fact of Khan's existence also throws a spanner in the works of the Al-Fayed conspiracy theory. Khan was raised Muslim, yet the royal family don't appear to have wanted him dead, and he dated Diana for much longer than Dodi Fayed did. A potential Muslim stepfather.
Yeah, but maybe like Dodi Fayed was a bit more rich and prominent, you know what I mean? The Asian boy was probably running from Andrew. Aye, brother, absolutely. I'm going to do Andrew as well. I'm going to do this guy's got one on Andrew, and I'm going to do that on that scandal. I'm going to do that one at some point. Might do that Sunday night. We'll see.
To a future king isn't really that troubling in this day and age, especially as he would have been on Diana's side, not the hereditary monarchy side. Basically, there is no evidence to support the claim that Diana and her boyfriend were murdered because the UK monarchy...
Well, there isn't. I mean, not... But, I mean, it's not beyond them, is it? And it's a bit weird, you know, all these little things that don't seem right. Yeah. It might not have been. It might have been a complete accident. But it just doesn't seem like it, you know. Just doesn't seem like it. That's just with the tiny little bits that I've had. It just would not surprise me with the likes of the royal family, you know. It could be that Asians can't drive. Keep an open mind, just saying. I mean, I've got no evidence for the, you know what I mean, the Diana thing, obviously, but I'm just saying it would not surprise me. I think there's something sus about it.
Monarchy didn't want a Muslim as part of their extended family. Diana wasn't tested specifically for pregnancy, as there were much more pressing issues on hand, but no indications of raised HCG levels were found in her blood, and when you look at the timeline, the relationship had only been going on for a few weeks, so even if she was pregnant, it would have been so early on that Diana herself probably wouldn't have been aware of it, much less her boyfriend's father. Also, Al-Fayed didn't start making these claims until a long time after the crash, probably using it to bring the case back into the spotlight. Questions were also raised about the length of time it had taken to get Diana to hospital. She'd been removed from the wreckage at about 1 a.m, but it took over an hour to make the 6-kilometre or 3.7-mile journey. This has been explained by the fact that Diana went into cardiac arrest and had been resuscitated at the scene, so the ambulance didn't even leave.
Yeah, but there always seems to be little excuses for that. I mean, it's possible, but you know, that seems like a long time to get that distance. Still.
Until 1:41 a.m. It then drove slowly in order to keep Diana as stable as possible. The force of the crash had torn some of her pulmonary veins, shunting her heart into the right side of her chest. When they reached...
Well, how would you know that in an ambulance? But you wouldn't know that in the ambulance, that her heart had been shunted over to the left and it ripped her pulmonary veins. You wouldn't know that in the ambulance. You wouldn't know that till she was scanned. You know, his chest wasn't hanging open, was it? So that I don't think that makes sense.
The hospital, doctors tried to save her life for 2 hours, before pronouncing her dead. There were also rumours that the driver, Henri Paul, had been working as an assassin for some secret organisation or the other, although there was no consensus over who he might be working for, and perhaps the bigger question, why he was working for them. We've already established that there wasn't any motivation to remove Diana from the picture. She'd already been through possibly the world's most public divorce at the time, and was trying to move on with her life. She had 2 sons with Charles, ensuring the line of succession, and just seemed to want to be able to get on with things on her own. If for some reason Henri Paul were tasked with the murder of Princess Diana and Dodi Faye,
like I say, there's not complete. I mean, like I say, I've got no evidence for it, but my gut feeling says that, you know, there's something funky about it. And you can see what the royal family is like. Look at Andrew, for instance. That's one. You know, look at the past. That's what I was going to say earlier. Yeah, when I was younger, there was so many more of the royals that was there. We had the Queen Mother, we had the Queen, you know what I mean? We had Diana. That's 3 of them that's gone. Who else? Margaret or anything hasn't gone up there. No, it's just those 3. Oh, and the husband, obviously, Philip. So that's 4 of them. 4 of them's gone in my lifetime.
crashing their car is hardly the most foolproof way to do it. As a spin-off of this idea, there was also the hypothesis that the Fiat driver and an unknown motorcyclist were working together to ambush the car and its occupants in the tunnel. Transfer paint on the Mercedes confirmed that it had made contact with a white Fiat Uno, and witnesses in the tunnel stated that they'd seen a bright light before the crash, and a motorbike had then fled the scene. MI6 was implicated again, as a source from the British Army Special Forces claimed that this was a planned attack by the agency using a strobe light to blind the driver and cause a crash. The white Fiat was never definitively traced, but it is widely believed to have belonged to 22-year-old taxi driver Lee Fontaine. Later on the night of the crash, he resprayed his car red and replaced the bumpers. He also gave a weak alibi as to where he...
Yeah, but is that part of the story? You know, it seems weird that somebody would go and spray the car and all that. Oh, you're getting buffering. It's all right over this side, Matthew. Is anybody else getting buffering?
At the time, and refused to cooperate any further with investigators. Another suspicious fact was that there was no CCTV footage of the crash, despite there being cameras around. However, instead of this being a cover-up, investigators found that the camera by the tunnel entrance was owned by a company that didn't hire staff overnight, so it just wasn't on or monitored after 11 p.m. Other cameras along the route that the Mercedes took could not provide any clear footage either, as they were mainly security cameras pointed at the entrances to specific buildings. In 1997, Paris didn't have the amount of CCTV cameras that London did, so it was unfortunate, but not suspicious, that there was no useful footage of the Mercedes on its final route. French authorities carried out a thorough investigation, which was followed by an additional report from a French judge. Both concluded that Henri Paul was to blame for the crash, as he was over the drink-drive limit and also had traces of antidepressant medication in his system, which, when mixed with alcohol, might have impaired his judgment even more. While several photographers had been arrested at the scene for failing to help, no charges were brought against them. Their cameras were seized, but no photographs were found showing them near the Mercedes in the tunnel immediately prior to the crash. In the end, by September 1999, the French investigations had wrapped up, leaving Paul as the sole party responsible for the crash.
Ah, so there was actually someone who got busted with it. I didn't know that. 5-5 for you. Cool. But again, they use patches all the time, don't they? Use patches all the time. It's just good to get what, you know what I mean? He puts across what the conspiracy is. Wow, he doesn't take any sides, but you can sometimes see by his face, especially in another one I watched, you know, which was, what was it about? What was that about? The other one I watched of his. I watched a couple. He does a wide range of topics as well. What was it? Oh, Rolf Harris. About Rolf Harris. Yeah, he did that, and you could tell, obviously, he believed that Rolf Harris was a be the fun.
Mohammed Al Fayed's claims continue to escalate, though, as he laid the blame not only at the royal family's door, but also started throwing ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair's name into the mix, as well as Diana's sister and even the CIA. Eventually, a request was made from the British Royal Coroner to the Metropolitan Police, and in 2004 they launched Operation Paget, which, among other things, granted them unheard-of access to MI6, letting investigators delve into this strange world of conspiracies to see if there was any truth to the rumours.
Operation Paget and later investigation.
14 officers were tasked with working on Operation Paget, which ended up taking 3
Paget,
years,
right.
ran to nearly 900 pages, and cost £12.5 million. The team looked into all aspects of the conspiracy theories that had been put forward in public, including any possible murder motives. Diana's alleged pregnancy, the time it took for them to reach the hospital, the possible involvement of MI6, the CIA, or any other intelligence service, and if Henri Paul had been some sort of secret agent. They also investigated the paparazzi's role in the crash. One paparazzo in particular, James Anderson, had been publicly named by Al Fayed, as he drove a white Fiat Uno and was found dead in mysterious circumstances about 2.5 years after the crash. In the course of their investigation, however, Operation Paget confirmed that Anderson had not been in Paris on the night of the crash, having been elsewhere covering a different story. His Fiat Uno was also not in roadworthy condition at the time. His body had been found in his burned out BMW with a hole in the skull, which Al Fayed contested meant he was either murdered to tie up loose ends or had killed himself because of a guilty conscience over his involvement with the death of Diana and Dodi Fayed. Pathologists confirmed that the hole in the Benson's skull had come from within because of the extreme levels of heat in the car, not from a bullet or blow to the head. No evidence of foul play was found, and his death was ruled a suicide. Several friends of Adanson confirmed that he had mentioned how he would kill himself if anything ever happened within his life or marriage. He would prepare his car for an explosion, sit in it, and light a cigar. While we can't be sure what drove him to end his life in May 2000, it wasn't due to the guilt over what happened in the Pont d'Arme tunnel, as he hadn't actually been there. The French inquiry, on the other hand,
Oh, good job. That's him, that.
and hadn't ended up charging any of the photographers, and Operation Paget came to the same conclusions. While it can't be denied that the Mercedes was being driven recklessly because of the attention Diana and Dodi had been getting all day, in the end, the paparazzi were deemed to have been behaving in a normal way and no criminal acts had occurred. While it's not great that some of the first on the scene were taking photographs of dead and dying people, they had not obstructed or interfered.
Yeah, I remember that as well. We didn't get to see them. Obviously, they were confiscated, weren't they? The ones up close. But they're above. You got the above view and all that, I think, and from distance views.
Isn't
with
that
the scene,
illegal?
and at least
Sorry?
Isn't it illegal
Sorry?
to take someone's photographs if they take them
Well, you've got...
legally?
Well,
I mean,
well,
everything's legal to
probably
take a
not.
picture of it.
It's a paparazzi, isn't it? But they could have been ordered to hand them in and not let them go through, definitely, because of the sensitivity of it. And her being, you know, an ex-royal, yeah, I dare say that they would have told them to hand them in. But this is the 90s, so don't know how it goes. But it's paparazzi as well, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. This is the only answer. Let me just see. Let me just see. I'll continue to play this. Let me find out.
one of the photographers had attempted to call emergency services. One French photographer claimed that Paul had sped away from the pack at a traffic light and the paparazzi hadn't immediately followed, meaning that they were at least a minute behind when the crash happened and therefore had no direct blame in the accident. While they definitely minimised any actions they had taken that night, no investigations ever found that any members of the press pack had directly caused or been responsible for the crash. As regards to the possible motorcyclist in the tunnel and the flash of light, this could have been a camera going off, or, as the ex-Special Forces agent later alleged, a strobe light in a targeted attack. When Operation Paget looked into this, they found additional witnesses to the crash, as well as others that had been interviewed at the time, who never mentioned any flash of light. If a strobe had been used, the effect it would have had would have been more obvious to far more people in the tunnel, but this kind of thing was never mentioned by anyone. In the end, it was determined that there hadn't been a flash of light. As for a motorbike driving close to the Mercedes, some witnesses say that they did see one in the tunnel, but others didn't, and whether it was involved in the crash or not is undetermined, and the rider has never been identified. As to whether Henri Paul was in the pay of a secret security agency or not, Operation Paget found no links between him and MI6 although he may have been working in some capacity for the French secret services. More to the point for this story though, he'd clocked off work hours before the crash and was only called back because another driver was too nervous of all the paparazzi attention. Paul hadn't been scheduled to drive that night, so how could any assassination plot involving him have been planned for that time? In short, Operation Paget came to the same conclusion as the French had come to in 1999, that Henry Paul was to blame because he'd drunk alcohol and was using medication prior to getting behind the wheel. While there had been some questions over the tests performed on Paul, several were done to ascertain his blood alcohol level, including testing vitreous fluid from his eye, which is seen as a reliable toxicology indicator. Paul had thought he'd finished work for the night at around 7 p.m. and had been witnessed drinking 2 glasses of Ricard and
Yeah, they were seized by the French police, Ryan. Paparazzi photos from Princess Diana's crash were seized by the French police, and while many were offered to the media outlets, most were published due to privacy laws and ethical concerns. Some were shown pixelated to an inquest in 2007, revealing images of Diana in the wreckage, but courts ruled against their public release, with battles ensuing over their publication, and the photographer's actions ultimately leading to symbolic fines for invasion of privacy. So they were seized. Some were shown that were pixelated and stuff, but they were ruled against their public release, so they weren't released. Did you hear that? Oh goodness! Don't tell me he didn't hear any of that. Wow.
What are you talking about?
Did you hear me? All right. Okay. You didn't acknowledge that. Oh, you didn't acknowledge it. All right. Cool. As long as you had that.
Well,
So
yeah, I heard most of it. I didn't hear everything, but I heard most of it.
yeah, they were seized. It was ruled that they can't show them. Some of them were shown with pixelated parts during court and that, but the French police seized them, and yeah, it was ordered by court that not to be released. So that's, another one that maybe would go towards a conspiracy,
anise-flavoured French spirit at the Ritz bar after he got back there at around 10 p.m. We don't know what he was doing between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m, and the toxicology results showed that he may have been drinking as the equivalent of about 5 glasses of Ricard, or more than a bottle of wine, were found in his blood. Traces of antidepressants.
Is that your theory, Jono? Is that your theory, or is it RV's? My theory, they were getting on in the back and the driver was sneaking peeks. Nice, I like it.
Antidepressants and a tranquilizer were also found in his system, culminating in investigators concluding that he was impaired and therefore to blame for the car crashing in the tunnel at high speed. Operation Paget's official findings were that the crash happened because of grossly negligent driving. There was no substance to any of the conspiracy rumours, and Henry Paul's alcohol and drug consumption, as well as the excessive speed the car was travelling and the fact that nobody inside was wearing a seatbelt, contributed to the deaths of the 3 occupants. John Stevens, who headed up the inquiry, called it a tragic accident, adding, "A crash of this nature is similar to a major crash of an airliner. There is a long chain of events. Take out any link of that chain, and this wouldn't have happened." For his part, Mohammed Al-Fayed called the findings garbage. Operation Paget was concluded in 2006, but a separate coroner's inquest was started in 2007, ending with a jury verdict in 2008. As there was no evidence.
See what I mean? She died. This was literally 11 years after, and then it's still not fully closed. Things involving it and surrounding it and related to it.
Of a conspiracy to murder Princess Diana, that wasn't one of the options available to the jury. But they could choose between an unlawful killing, accidental death, or an open...
It wouldn't be. Of course it wouldn't be.
Verdict. And after a 6-month hearing, the majority of the jury decided that gross negligence of both the paparazzi and Henry Paul were to blame for the unlawful killing of Princess Diana. As the crashes happened in France, however, this inquest didn't have any further jurisdiction over the photographers. They'd previously been cleared by French authorities, and Operation Paget...
Say again.
Is it ever lawful to kill somebody?
Yes.
I guess you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In self-defense, that's lawful. Like that.
And no further action was taken against them. It's understandable that a father would want justice for his son. However, Mohammed Al Fayed's bizarre claims speak more about him than about wanting to find the
Well,
truth. Al Fayed had a love-hate relationship with the royal family.
I understand that, but I still think there's something to it. I think, yeah, maybe not what he was saying, what went on, you know, but I think he's got an instinct there that something was funky.
As he was desperate to ingratiate himself
Why
with them.
would you go against the royal family intentionally? You wouldn't, would you? I mean, I don't think so. So I know he's a rich man, but still, the royal family. So I think he's got an instinct about something. Well, he did. He's probably gone now. I think he's gone now, isn't he?
Yet publicly implicated them in his son's death. He was famously denied British citizenship twice, once before and once after the accident. Henri Paul was repeatedly labelled as the cause of the crash and as a long-term employee of the Ritz that was owned by Al Fayed. Maybe he was trying to shift the blame onto anyone but his own staff. The Queen was also criticised due to the lack of public acknowledgement she gave after the news of Diana's death. No official announcement was made for 5 days, during which time the public was uniting in grief in a way that definitely wasn't the norm for stereotypical stiff upper lip Brits. While it was later explained that the royals were grieving in private and trying to protect young Princes William and Harry, their silence came across as tone deaf at the time. Despite this, the memory and legacy of Princess Diana has lived on through her sons and their affinity for charity work and compassion for marginalised groups. Diana is buried on a small island on a lake in the grounds of her family's estate. Prince Charles.
Sorry, I'm wrong again. I was right the first time. Mohammed is the father, Dodi is the son. Yeah, I was right the first time.
Charles married his long-term love, Camilla Parker Bowles, in 2005. However, due to
Queen consort.
a potential public backlash, she didn't use the Princess of Wales title, choosing instead the Duchess of Cornwall. While
No, I've got nowhere to watch it on, Matt. I've got nowhere to watch it, so I don't want anybody to tell me the results. What I'll probably do is, Boxing Night's Tuesday. I might have to do a Boxing Night on Monday night because Tuesday I won't be streaming because I'll be going to Vicky's, and then I won't really be using the computer there for movie nights because it's getting a bit crappy. I might do normal streams on it, but I don't think movie nights will work on it. So I'll be going without movie nights for about 6-7 days till I get back here. But I'll probably stream a couple of times, but it'll just be normal streams whilst at Vicky's over Christmas. So I might do a Boxing Night Monday, and hopefully, like, YouTube won't have the full fight, but Rumble might have it because they had the Conor Ben and the Chris Eubanks Jr. fight. They had that one. But yeah. I'm going to tell Chris what to tell. Nice. But yeah, hopefully we can get hold of it and I'll do it Monday night for Boxing Night. Hopefully. Because Tuesday I won't be streaming. I'll stream a few times, like I say, when I'm at Vicky's, but I won't be doing movie nights till I get back. Yeah. I don't think the computer will hack it. You seen Vicky when she tried to stream, I had to play the YouTube video. So when I'm there, if we're doing a video of some sort, I'll have to download it and try and do it that way. Because it's getting worse on the computer, but there you go. Yeah, God willing. I know it's on Netflix, but we haven't got Netflix at the minute. Anyway, but yeah, it'll be on Rumble. It won't be, the highlights will be on YouTube. Like maybe about 2 months later, you'll get the full fight on YouTube. But on Rumble, I got the fight the next day, or 2 days later. So hopefully it'll be on Rumble.
Questions will always linger for some about the exact set of circumstances surrounding the crash. The investigations around it have been deep.
I mean, hopefully he just knocks him out. And if I show the fight, there'll be no point in showing the fight. He just knocks him out in the first round. You know, if it goes a little bit, obviously I'll show the fight. But if he gets knocked out in the first round, then it's just a one-round fight. It's bound to be on YouTube then. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. I hope it's not a set-up bout. Where because there's no way he can beat AJ. No way he could beat him. No way. So if he beats him, or if it's a draw, or if he doesn't even get knocked out, then there's some kind of clause in it. But I can't see AJ going down to Jake Paul just for money. You know what I mean?
And thorough, and all point to a tragic accident. The untimely deaths of Diana and Dodi served as a cautionary tale for those chasing celebrity stories. However, in a culture still obsessed with the rich and famous, who knows how many more victims there may be.
There we go. There we go. Done. Done dead. Done dead. Okay, so we'll head over Rumble after I play out with Harry Mack. So let's play out with Harry Mack. Let's do that. Then I'll put in the Rumble. I'll make a cuppa and I'll play the 2 songs over in Rumble from Epic Rap Battles. So here's the Rumble link, guys. So two Black Mirror movies and Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is the 3rd movie of Now You See Me. I will, if people haven't seen the Now You See Me's, I'll play the other 2 at some point. But because I've seen them, might as well do the 3rd one. It's just come out in HD. So there's the Rumble link. People want to make their way over. Let's play out with a Murray hack.
What's up, you guys? How you guys doing?
Amazing.
Oh, dude, awesome. My name is Harry Mack. I'm a freestyle rapper. Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Great, yeah.
Harry Mack.
Yes.
Oh,
look at this guy.
What's up, man? Oh, no way. Oh, that's awesome, man. You want to hear a freestyle?
Yeah, of course, man. Go ahead.
Could you guys give me like some challenging words, you know, to incorporate into my freestyle?
Fluminense,
Fluminense,
Maracanã.
Maracana? What is that?
It's a stadium.
Oh, that's a stadium back home.
Yeah.
Let me get some more words.
Samba. Champion.
Champion.
Praia.
Beach.
Warm.
Warm and hot. Yes. All right. Let me make sure I got them all. Fluminense, Maracana. You guys are challenging me. I love it. Samba, champion, warm, hot. Should we do this?
Yeah. Let's go.
Fluminense, Maracana. Maracana. All right. Let's get it. Yeah.
Cara, ele é sinistro pra caralho.
Grava aí, galera. Ele tem milhões de seguidores. É bizarro.
Okay. They feel it when I press play. They could probably feel it the next day. H-Mac, whole team winning on the field. I'm feeling like Fluminense. Yeah, H-Mac going hard. We about to leave the competition scarred. Yeah, every time I rhyme, I be rocking ya. I need to play in Maracana. H-Mac getting busy. Bring me out to the venue. Putting something new up on the menu. Every time I rhyme, I'm truly in the zone. He was like, that's the name of the stadium back home. Yeah, well, I'ma blow your mind with a free flow. Every time I rhyme, lyrics cold, they be free, yo. H-Mac, they be trying to follow where he goes. Matter of fact, I might have a flight back to Rio. H-Mac getting busy in the session. Every flow that I kick to impressing. Yeah, Mac coming through with the swag. That's some real fans, man. You even got the flags. H-Mac getting busy while I slam these rappers to the ground, and I need to get a Grammy. Is it really Harry Mack? It can't be. They can probably feel the vibration in Miami. H-Mac getting busy when I'm rapping, crushing any rapper who be stepping. Y'all know when I grip that mic, I'm guaranteed to come and get everybody hyping. Just to be rocking for y'all is an honor. Dope rhyme, and I'm about to put it on ya. Yeah, I be hotter than a sauna. I'ma make you dance like I'm playing some samba. Y'all know the boss a closer. Matter of fact, we might have to slow it down. Change from a samba to bossa nova. Either way, Mac coming through with the music. It's useless for other rappers to come through and do this. Yeah, I'm about to drop me a banger. I hold it down like shorts with the anchors. Yeah, calling whatever I see. Other MCs are not clever than me. Yeah, I was just born to get proud. When I start rocking, I'm forming a crowd. Mac getting loose when I do my thing. Under every syllable, they wanting to cling. Yeah, wanna beat me, but it can't be done. H-Mac a freestyle champion. Yeah, y'all know we win in the game. All up in the session and I spit in the flames. Anywhere I go, they couldn't tell me no. Shout the homie who be filming me in selfie mode. Yeah, the energy is never gonna end. Bouncing so much, now we spilling on his friend. Yeah, y'all know we illin' all year. Get the people hella hype until they spillin' 8 beers. Never enough, I'm the one that can touch. Matter of fact, I leave a microphone right into dust. H-Mac, y'all know I never will adjust. I treat a rapper something like I can crush. Yeah, and y'all know I'm getting reckless. Damn, you got fast hands, man, you catched it. H-Mac getting busy at the free. Yeah, can't nobody really do it like me. I'm loose when I'm all up in the session, and my freestyle stay out of reach. reach. I could be here in a parking lot and make it feel relaxed like a beach. Anywhere we at, man, I'm here to perform. I be coming off the mental with a storm. Yeah, Portland, Oregon, where I was born. Check out the way that I swarm on this instrumental, get it warm. Matter of fact, I leave it to the starter. Matter of fact, I don't think warm's gonna be hot enough. We gonna have to turn it hotter. Every time that he's spitting, they say, man, we gotta mention you, cause every time I'm rapping, I be turning up the temperature. And when I start spitting, man, you know we having fun though. I need a jersey, I need an umbro. Hey, like a stocking hat. Yeah, y'all know I be rapping with Mad Crew. Shouts out my man with the tattoos. Yo, I'm about to get it done. Lyrically, I'm about to push. Matter of fact, I get hype and I howl at the moon like a tattoo of a wolf. Man, getting busy all around the world, they know me. If it's not a wolf, then I'm guessing it's coyote. Every time I'm around, they say the man is raw. Never blending in, but shout to your camouflage. Man, call up in it to win it. I'm never finished till the beat finally fades out. And y'all know I be getting crazy every time that I rhyme on this insane route. Did I use every word or did I forget? Is there a word I didn't use in the shit? If so, someone better raise their hand. I think I use them all, I'm an amazing man. Mac be the only one that's doing this. All these rappers got me crossed like a crucifix. Matter of fact, y'all know they better press play. Make some noise if you rockin' with Fluminense.
Yeah. Right, guys. Bless you. See you over in Rumble. If I don't, possibly do a stream in the afternoon, which will be a Bible one probably. And we'll be starting Psalms. Oh, we'll see. Because I've got loads of Bible ones on there now. I've deleted like loads of streams for 2 months, and all the ones I've left is Bible ones. And the one I did, Michael Kahn's one, that review on that, and something else. But anyway, see you over in Rumble. If not, see you soon. If you're not joining us now, bless you guys. Hear the Sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Ta-ta.